We are ready, Master.
Good evening, everyone. We hear DTT. Let's continue with Master YongHua's Chanchi instructions.
Go ahead and introduce yourself. I really don't know who you are. Who are you? It's my first time speaking to all of you. Of course, some of you I already know, and some of you I don't know yet.
第一次是这个白文天看，第二次是这个果林看，第三次是果林，第四次这个 translation 门叫横天。
The first time was Bai Wen-tian. The second time was, the third time was Guoning, and the fourth translator was Hen Xian.
法名叫果前，本来他是应该头一个翻译，但是叫这个白文天呢，就抢到头一个。 所以呀，现在他轮到第四。
His Dharma name is Guo Qian. Originally, he was supposed to be the first translator, but then this Bai Wen-tian took the first spot. So now he became the fourth translator.
刚才他没有说他自己的名字，我现在给他介绍介绍。
He didn't say his own name, so I'll introduce him now.
这一次能以和这个已经认识的人又见面。 和没有认识的人，也能见面。
So this time, to be able to meet again with people we already know, and to also be able to meet with those we haven't met before.
这是我很高兴不是不高兴的一件事。
This makes me very happy. It is not something that makes me unhappy.
因为什么不是不高兴的一件事？因为我不高兴，我不高兴的事情。
Why is this not something that makes me unhappy? Because I'm not happy with things that makes me happy, that makes me unhappy.
所以。 我来了，一定我高兴。高兴什么呢？
Since I have come here, for sure, I am happy. Happy about what?
这个因缘可就大，这个意思也就大。什么大法呢？ 因为我们现在啊，在那个小地方做大功，小地方来做大功。什么叫小地方做大功呢？地方不太大，俺们人呢都是大人。
What does it mean to create great merit in a small place? This place isn't very big, and our people are all great.
做的大功，白天也做，晚间也做，所以这叫大功。这一个功啊，就有两。
To generate great merits, we work during the day and also work at night. So this is called great merits.
两个人做的那么多的功，所以叫大功。
This one merit is as many merits generated by two people, so it is called great merits.
那么这个大功啊，可是大功，但是可是没有钱，是义务。
So that great merit, although it is great merit, it does not involve money. It is voluntary.
我们义务的想借这个机会啊，休息休息，也没有什么机会可以借口的说休息。
So this being voluntary, you want to make this opportunity, you want to take this opportunity to rest. There really isn't a chance to make an excuse to rest.
在今年呢，就得到机会了，得到这个英文叫什么乐。
This year, we just got an opportunity. 得到. What is the English for this word?
这叫喝了杯，放假。
This is called a holiday. You're on a break.
这个放假，就因为啊，你们这位啊，这个善知识。
This break is because this good knowing advisor of yours.
他们那做工作的很苦的，他们也不休息，想一个办法呀。让他们休息休息。
Saw us working and thought, it's a lot of suffering. They don't rest. Let's think of a way to make them take a break.
就这么说，你休息休息，他知道我们不会听的，说啊，我们那儿去旅行。
By just telling us to take a break, we knew we wouldn't listen, so he told us to go there on a trip.
你可以到我们那儿去讲讲理去。所以，他这样一讲，我借着这个机会，所以我就说，好，我们可以休息休息了。
You can go to our place and talk about history. So with this suggestion, I took this opportunity, said, good, we can take a break.
所以这个大功呢就停止了，大功休息了，来到这儿和你们各位啊见面，谈一谈话。
So this great marriage stopped. Great merit took a break to come here to meet and talk with all of you.
我所谈的话是很普通的话，不是善话。
The words I talk about are very ordinary words, not wholesome words.
善话就是不是好话，也不是恶话， 恶话，就是坏话，也不是好话，也不是。
Wholesome words are not just good words. They are also not evil words. Evil words are just bad words. They're also not good words.
是坏话啊，就是普通的话。这个普通的话是中国话，所以呀，要用一个会英文的人来翻译一下。
Neither are they bad words. They're just ordinary words. These ordinary words are in Chinese, so we need someone who knows English to translate them.
为什么要说普通的话呢？普通的话，也就是普通的道理，也就是人人都有的，也就是个个不无的。
Why do we speak ordinary words? Ordinary words are just common principles that everyone has, which no one can be without.
你也是这个普通心，我也是这个普通心。
You're also this ordinary mind. I am also this ordinary mind.
这个普通心也就是个知心，知心是道场。
This ordinary mind is also a straight mind. A straight mind is the way place.
知心就是道场。你要是用知心，你就到这个道场；我用知心，我也到这个道场。
The straight mind is the way place. If you use the straight mind, you have arrived at this way place. I use the straight mind. I also arrive at this way place.
啊，所谓知心者，就是和这个唯取心相反。唯取心呢，就是弯弯曲曲的。
The straight mind, as it's called, is the opposite of a crooked mind. A crooked mind is twisted.
譬如有一个人，啊，他想向你借10块钱，买一件衣服。
For example, if someone wants to borrow $10 from you to buy a piece of clothing,
本来他就应该说：“我今天呢，想买一件衣服，没有钱。你有钱呢，借给我10块钱，啊，好不好？”
he should simply say, I want to buy a piece of clothing today, but I don't have any money. If you have money, could you lend me $10?
他不这样说，他怎么说呢？
But he doesn't say it this way. How does he say it?
他说：“这个天气很冷，把我冻得要生病。我看一件衣服啊，想要买又没有钱，我都不知道怎么办。”
Instead, he says, the weather is very cold, freezing me to the point that I am getting sick. I saw a piece of clothing that I want to buy, but I don't have the money. I don't know what to do.
他也不说向你借钱，这就不是指责，这就叫转弯抹角来向你化缘。
He doesn't directly ask to borrow money from you. This is not the straight mind. This is called beating around the bush. 转弯抹角 to seek donations from you.
这不是道场，这就完了。俺们现在讲，
This is not the way place.
讲什么呢？就讲这个心。
What are we talking about now? We're talking about the mind.
这个心呢，就是直心。
This mind is the straight mind.
你用直心可以到你愿意到的地方。 你要用弯曲心呢，也能到你不愿意到的地方。
With a straight mind, you can reach the place you wish to go. If you use a crooked mind, you can also reach a place you don't want to go.
你愿意到的地方是什么地方？ 你不愿意到的地方是什么地方？
Where do you wish to go? Where do you not wish to go?
你愿意到的地方是快乐的，你所不愿意到的地方是苦恼的地方。
The place you wish to be is a place of happiness. The place you do not wish to be is a place of suffering.
快乐的地方就是要知心才可以到，苦恼的地方就是要用弯曲的心才能到。
A place of happiness can only be reached with a straight mind, while a place of suffering can only be reached with a crooked mind.
所以，你看这个人呢，他将来是个什么？不要问他来什么，你就在今生就看出来。
So if you look at this person and wonder what kind of person he will become in the future, you don't need to ask about his next life. You can see it in this life.
你看这个人，他时时刻刻的要学佛法。
Look at this person. At all times, he wants to learn the Buddha Dharma.
这不问可知，他将来一定成佛的。
Without asking, you know that in the future, he definitely will become a Buddha.
因为什么呢？他欢喜这个。你看这个人呐，他时时刻刻的都愿意行菩萨道。
Why? Because he enjoys it. Look at this person. He is always willing to listen to the Bodhisattva path.
菩萨是做什么呢？愿意帮助其他人啊，自利利他，自度度他。
What does the Bodhisattva do? They're willing to help others, benefit oneself, and benefit others, cross over oneself and cross over others.
自脚脚踏，自己有利益，也愿意把这个利益推行到其他的人身上。
Enlighten oneself and enlighten others. They benefit themselves and are willing to extend these benefits to others.
自己想要得度，也想令一切众生都得度。
They want to cross over themselves and also want all living beings to attain liberation.
自己愿意开悟，他也欢喜其他人开悟，绝对不会妒忌其他人。
They wish to be enlightened. They are also happy when others become enlightened. They are never jealous of others.
这一定是菩萨，一定是行菩萨。
This is certainly a bodhisattva. This is certainly a person who practices the bodhisattva path.
那么他要自顾自己，做阿罗汉自了汉，所以
So he needs to take care of himself by becoming an arhat, a self-liberated person.
自了汉就是不管旁人，这一定就是成一个独角阿罗汉。
Speaking of a self-liberated person, meaning he doesn't care for others, he will certainly attain solitary arhatship.
Okay, that's enough. That's a lot. Okay, let's go back. Any questions, comments? It's quite a bit to go through. I don't know how. Yes, JMT.
들리세요? 네. 제가 이 직심이랑 공경심이 좀 정말 헷갈려요. 그러니까 직심이 안팎으로 다 동일한 마음, 동일한 상태인 건데, 일단 한번 끊을게요.
I'm having a hard time realizing a difference between straight mind and respect. So straight mind meaning your inside and outside is the same.
지난 겨울 선칠 때 DTT에서도 했던 질문인데 사실 좀 명확하게 받아들여지지 않았었거든요. 그러니까 그때 했던 질문이랑 똑같은 질문을 할 수밖에 없는데요. 속으로 공경심이 안 드는데 겉으로 어떻게 공경심을 하는 건지 그거 직심이 아닌 거 아닌가요? 네, 이상입니다.
So I asked this question during last winter chanchi in DTT too, but I couldn't really understand. So I'm asking the same question again. When my inside is not respectful towards other person, and if I act like on the outside as if I'm respecting this person, then this means I'm not a straight mind, right?
Too Korean for me. We don't have that problem here in the US. Do we? Anyone? Is that an American problem? Vietnamese? Interesting viewpoint, yeah. 5.
Thank you, Master. Yeah, it's an American problem. I have that problem as well. I mean,
You have that problem too?
yeah, there are times when you don't really agree with a person that you have to be respectful toward, especially at work or other places, and there are social conventions that you have to abide by just to get through life, I think, and so that's just the way it is.
So it's okay.
That's the only way I understand to deal with it. I guess the way I feel about a person could change, I suppose, as I became more compassionate. But there are times when you don't agree with people and you still have to be respectful.
Okay. Fair enough. So it's an American problem too. Interesting. Go Forest. Is that a Republican problem?
Dạ thưa thầy, con cũng có cái issue giống như vậy, là hồi con đi làm con không thích đồng nghiệp của con, nhưng mà con phải tỏ vẻ là mình thích, mình vui vẻ bình thường. Nhưng mà dạo gần đây khi mà con đi chùa được thời gian thì cái con không thích bực mình con thể hiện rõ ràng hơn. Có nghĩa là nhiều khi thể hiện rõ quá mà người ta sợ con, thì chắc con phải điều chỉnh từ từ. Thầy. Hồi trước á, là con không thích đồng nghiệp thì vẫn thể hiện là mình thích người ta, vẫn vui vẻ. Còn gần đây á, thì con khó chịu thì con thể hiện cái sự khó chịu ra ngoài mặt và người ta, đồng nghiệp mình cảm nhận được. Thì con có điều chỉnh ít lại, thì con không biết vậy là cũng có giống với Trương Mì hay không.
So, hello, Master. So, I have the thing similar to this situation is that I have a coworker that when I go to work, I don't like that person. So, usually even though I don't like them, I appear to be nice and happy. But nowadays, after I go to the temple, I actually show my discomfort to my coworker, and actually they felt that, and then I actually adjust a little bit. So I don't know if it is the same situation as to me here.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is also a Vietnamese problem. Okay, any questions and comments? No one's going to touch this? You want to say something, 3? Go ahead.
I just have a question. If we have like a bad thoughts toward one person and we just be straight about that, is that we create karma?
Repeat the question again, please.
If we have a bad thought about a person and we
Bad heart?
bad thought.
Bad thought.
Yes.
Okay.
And we just be straight mind, we show that our attitude toward that person. So do we create karma at that time?
So it's also an habit problem. I don't know. Yes, 7. Gee, it's getting complicated.
A Di Đà Phật, thưa thầy. I have a sister, older sister, and
Oh no.
we most of the time we don't agree about things. So lately I just learned that whatever she say, I just smile. I don't accept it, but I smile. So, change the subject and go to something else.
So that's a straight mind or not a straight mind? It begs to be asked.
I don't know, but I just didn't want to create problem with her, so that's how I do it.
Okay, Wei Mao.
Hello, Master. So this is at my work. I have a coworker email me something and then forcing me to relay the message to accounting department, even though that we already agreed that we just submit the request on Monday, and Tuesday she pushed for it because she wants the check to be right immediately. So I told her, no, I cannot do, please give it a time. And then she kept pushing it. And at that time, I almost want to curse to her saying that you're stupid, but then I cannot. And I asked Francis to help me how to say it in a professional way. And I did that in a professional way without like letting her know that I'm angry at her, but then inside I'm boiling as well. So I don't know what to do about this situation.
So Francis counsel you on how to be a professional way?
Yes, Master. I have to write an email to respond back to her without like yelling, because at that I was in the mode already. But then she's helping me say it in a nice way, but then make sure that my idea get to her. So at the end, it worked out well that she understand, and also that I did not let out my anger at that person, but I could imagine that if I do that, it's going to be bad for me.
Okay. So what I'm hearing from all of you, is it fair to summarize it this way? For everyone concerned, we're discussing a straight mind. Straight mind is a straight mind, whatever it is. And we don't like someone, and the customs or the protocol doesn't allow us to say it, to express it. So is that a straight mind? If you conform to the civility, rules or protocol, is that being straight-minded? Yeah? Yes, 3.
Master, I think in the context of relation with others, the personal thing is it doesn't have to be always on the surface, right? Because it depends on the context.
So it's okay to disguise your personal feelings? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, because it's not appropriate in that context, so how do we...
It's not appropriate, therefore it's okay to disguise it.
Yeah.
That's acceptable. We have a professional therapist here who says he gives us a stamp of approval. Yes, 5.
Master, I think you may have it in your mind may be clear about how you're perceiving something or feeling about something, but then you have to be careful about how you communicate that to others, because people are easily hurt or sensitive to commentaries that you make. I do this all day long with my work, because people ask me direct questions like, do you think I'm crazy?
And then you have to think.
I have to be able to respond.
But you can't be straight.
I can't be straight and say, well, yeah, you're crazy. I have to say, well, you're going through a hard time, and I understand how you might be feeling. I have to really, I spend a lot of mental energy doing that all day.
Do you feel bad about it?
About having to communicate that way?
Yeah.
No,
You don't?
no. I consider that sort of a skill that I've
A
learned
skill.
over the years.
Now she's glorifying it.
It's a skill
You're
to be
not
able to do
helping.
that with others. I think communication is a skill.
You're not helping. Yes, Wei Mao.
Thank you, Master. What I heard many others say about the issue they have with straight mind is that they feel like they wish the person that they were talking to had more wisdom and were in more alignment with them. And from what I hear Master Senwa say about the straight mind, it seems like a very personal thing and a way in which you act in accordance with your own virtue and also where you are in the world. And so I don't think it obstructs the straight mind to be kind to others. The only thing that's happening with a straight mind when you encounter others is affliction, and it's stopping the straight mind because you wish that you could change their karma when it's not your responsibility.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes. 8.
I agree with Mary Jo and Master Z that we in professional or in like some personal context, we have to be able to communicate appropriately so that we don't hurt others, because not everybody can take it. And the Master said also that when we come to a temple, we act with a straight mind. When we are outside of the work, we should do accordingly with the acceptable social norms.
Okay. Wei Mao.
Thank you, Master. There's someone I know, not here, but they tried to bait me to say something negative about someone I know. And they keep giving me leading kind of comments like, okay, yeah, she really is, difficult or whatever. And the way I deal with it is I just ignore her, because I refuse to be baited into a conversation that will be used against somebody as well as myself. So I'm using the way I really feel about something by not saying it straight to anybody.
Okay. So you're not being straight.
I guess that's right. I'm not being straight to them because I don't feel I want to do that to somebody else. It would be hurting somebody else. It would be used against them, and I don't want to do that.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. JMT.
저의 경우는 직심일 수 있는 상대랑 직심이면 안 되는 상대를 나누거든요. 예를 들면 직장이다, 돈을 번다. 그러면 직심이면 안 될 것 같아요. 잘릴 것 같아요. 네.
In my case, I divide the person who I can be straight mind and the person who I cannot be straight mind. If, for example, if you're working and you're earning money, then you cannot be straight mind towards them.
질문을 한 거는 근데 제가 이 질문 한 거는 마스터께서 사찰에서 직심을 하라고 하셨고, 물론 그렇다고 해서 제가 사찰의 모든 사람들과 직심을 하는 건 아닌데, 이제 제가 걸리는 포인트가 공경심이거든요. 그래서 제가 질문을 드렸던 거예요. 네.
So I asked this because you told us to be straight mind in our temple. And it's not that I am always straight minded in the temple with everyone, but my point was about respect.
그때 의견을 물어보면 그냥 솔직하게 대답은 해주는데 뭐 그 이상은 없고 다만 이제 공경심이 좀 걸려서 질문 드려봤습니다. 공경심은 직심에서 예외인 건가? 라는 생각이 들어서요.
So when they ask for my opinion, I answer honestly. But for respect, I want to know, is it an exception for straight mind, the respectfulness?
Okay. Yes, 5.
I'm wondering, thank you, Master. I'm wondering if there's a way to differentiate this, because straight mind is just being honest with oneself about how you feel about things and what your afflictions are. And so if you're afflicted by someone and you're honest about it, you recognize, I'm afflicted by this person, I need to drop this. And that you're being straight mind when you do that. But when it involves saying or communicating to someone, it's more complicated than that, because you can hurt someone, you can make someone afflicted, and we're supposed to help all living beings, so in a way you could hurt someone. So I think it's a different category.
Okay, very good. Yes, go Forrest.
Dạ thưa thầy, theo cái bản thân của con á, khi mà mình hồi trước khi mà mình không có straight mind với người ta, mặc dù là mình thể hiện mình rất là tốt với người ta, nhưng mà bằng một cách nào đó cái tâm người ta họ cũng cảm nhận được là mình không có thẳng thắn với họ, cho nên là dù mình tốt cỡ nào người ta cũng có một cái khoảng cách với mình. Mình không muốn làm tổn thương người ta để mình cảm thấy mình tốt hơn, nhưng mà thật ra mình vẫn trong tâm mình vẫn không có yên. Nhưng mà khi con thể hiện cái sự phiền não của con trước mặt người ta thì đôi khi người ta lại thấy con thật thà hơn, và có thể họ sẽ buồn lúc đó, nhưng mà sau đó họ cũng cởi mở nói chuyện với con nhiều hơn. Thì đó là cái trường hợp của con.
Emitofuo Master, so for my personal experience back in the day, when I'm not using my straight mind, even though I don't show it, that even though I'm not a good person, I don't show it. Somehow on their side, the other side, they actually felt something about it, and they still keep a distance with me. Even that, so my mind, I don't feel at ease, không yên. Then when I become straightforward with that person, even though that person at that time, at that moment, they feel sad, but then later on, they are more open and talk to me more about it. And that's the situation, that's the case happening to me.
Okay, very good. 5 here.
Master, the example that Master YongHua gave between the straight mind and the crooked mind it seemed to me like the crooked mind was more of a manipulation of the person, trying to get your needs met through manipulating the other person. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's really like a qualitatively different example from like even what we're talking about.
Yeah, what he's talking about is like kindergarten. What you're talking about is PhD level. It's so much more complicated. Okay? Let me think about it. It's so complicated. Okay, let's go through this. See, I'm impressed you go round and round and it gets clearer and clearer to you what it means. It's very good. So it shows you collectively you have wisdom. It's very impressive, by the way. I'm very impressed. You build on each other's. You adapt. You listen to one person and then you adapt and you presented your viewpoint, and then next person, builds on that, and then your turn again, you build on it. So it's kind of, to me, it's fun to watch it, to witness all that. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, very nice. But let me think about it. Okay. I really don't know what's going on. There's no context here, so I'm slide 2. I think he went somewhere and he didn't know a lot of people, so I said, go introduce yourself, okay? And then he jumped into translation, a bunch of people translating for him, and they got switched around, the order got switched around, and the one thing I took out of this is that at the time, the help was not readily available because people had to go to work and so forth. So whoever happened to be around would try to translate for him. And so, for example, the first guy is so-and-so supposed to translate, but then he yielded to another person because he happened to be there. And then he can be, maybe he can do it another day or something. And so it's a lot of struggle for him to really brave the language, go to a different country and try to teach the people when there's a huge communication gap. The huge language barrier. It's pretty impressive, okay? Anyway, so he did very well when you think about it. And I don't know what's meet again, and I'm happy, not unhappy. I don't know what he's talking about. It's kind of not straight to me. I'm happy because I'm not unhappy. I'm happy because things make me happy. I'm not unhappy because things are not making me unhappy. I don't know what he's talking about. Chinese logic, I don't know. Okay, happy about what? Okay, so he's leading on to say, I'm happy that you guys are volunteering and helping his way place. It's pretty tiny, but you're creating great merit. Okay, so therefore you are great people. Chinese logic again. I struggle a little bit trying to follow where he's going. Like when you talk, you need to signal to people where you're going, okay? But you don't want to spring on people unless by design, because people need to be clued in gradually, okay? So that they're prepared for it mentally, okay? So I don't know where he's going with this great, small, and so forth. And I don't know why he's talking like this to these people. I can't follow the logic. I don't understand the logic. For example, small place generating great merits. From a small place generating great merits, okay? So how do they do it then? Okay, be careful. This is his perspective. He says, this is a tiny place, but you are generating great merit. So let's find out what he has in mind. See if we can understand what his point is. You work during the day and also work at night. This probably means that you have a job during the day. You have a day job. And then after work, you rush over here to help out the temple. So it's work at night. That's what he means. And therefore, great merits. Okay? Reasonable. Yes? Why is it great merit? Yes, 8.
You take sacrifices from your rest time.
Key word is sacrifice. You work during the day, you're tired, and instead of taking time to spend on yourself, okay, watching TV, have a can of beer, okay, or you rush over, grab something to eat, rush over, and you work at night to help out at the temple, because the master says, let's get this temple ready. Let's adorn this small place. So you rush over. So this is a deliberate choice to make sacrifices. And therefore, it's called great merits. Yeah? It's deliberate. Okay? It's not forced upon you. And you choose to make sacrifices when you don't have to, out of the goodness of your heart. Is the definition complete? Agree? We all agree, right? Reasonable, okay? You see, Chinese logic, you work during the day, you work at night, so it's great merits. You get it, right? The Chinese get it, I think. This one merit is many merits generated by two people. It's called great merits. So another aspect of great merit is that, okay, what is this point here? He's Chinese, so we need to explain in a way that it makes sense from a Dharma perspective. Chinese logic. Yes, for.
I think Master YongHua means that one man is doing two men's job. So that man who did two men's job has as much merit as two person.
So why is it great merit? So why didn't he say it's 2 times merit? Why has to be great?
That's a good point. I don't know.
You Chinese, you don't understand? Wait a minute. Anyone understands what he means here? Merit generated by 2 people. What's the point? Is that it? 2 people? Yes, JC.
He means that it's something that's very hard for other people to do.
Very Korean logic. Okay, continue. Anyone else? That's it? So this is a more complicated to you than the straight mind versus not respecting people. Yes, 8.
Just my guess. I think maybe the previous sentence was actually saying this person come work at the temple both during the day and during the night. So that's why he's doing twice as much work as a single person. And then I guess that's called above and beyond, going above and beyond. And that's great merits.
Okay, above and beyond. Wei Mao.
Hello.
See, collective wisdom? Is it? Yes?
Master, this is because I translated the slide back then. I remember he used the word Li Wai Gong Zheng Nei Guo, and Master explained about great merit is that they doing some work that benefit a lot of people, because that benefit a lot of people and in a great way is also called a great merit. And also on the other hand, is that I saw at DTT, I saw Master Z doing some little work around the temple without anybody notice. But then a little things like that he did, and with it, and then I went ask him, why are you doing this? You are the abbot of the temple. You don't have to do this. You can just tell other people like us to do it for you. But then his mindset was that he said, because other people was doing important work, so I'm here, I'm just trying to support others people as much as I can. So I think even like the small thing that he did, like cleaning the restroom like that, I think that's his mindset that touched me back then, is that he's trying to help and he's trying to support people. And I think that one is creating the great merit. It's about the mindset people are put out.
I didn't know about that. We should have a talk, Master Z. Okay. All right. It's not clear to me why he used the word two people. Doing many merits is many merits generated by two people. Okay, so I don't think it's about working during a day and working at night, but actually it refers to this one merit here is as many as those generated by two people. Okay, a good try, a good theory, but it based on the wording here, I don't think that's the case. So I would stick to the same thing that I talked about before. Another aspect of great merits, because I kept on talking about it, 立大功, establish great merit. And this is one aspect of it, is that one merit is as many merits generated by two people. And so there is a count here, okay? The count is 1 versus 2, okay? The merit generated by one person versus a merit generated by two people, okay? Could be 3, could be 4, whatever. I think what he means is that by multiple people, not just two people, all right? And so this refers to the fact that the merit, the great merit, so is great merit, this refers to the fact that this merit here actually is more significant than the merits, the combined merits of 2 people, or 3 people, or 4 people, etc. Sounds reasonable to you? This is Chinese logic again. I'm not saying he's wrong, but the way we express ourselves is different. Okay? Next. So that's great merit. Although great merit does not involve money, it's about voluntary. Okay? So he's teaching them boys and girls at the time, that contribution is not necessarily money. Okay? And so could be just labor, could be suggestions, could be whatever. Okay? But as long as it's voluntary, no one, this is very, very interesting point here. They chose to do it. He did not ask them to do it. Okay? And so this is something that we Sanghas need to pay attention to. Okay? This is what, this is why you should refrain from asking lay people for favors. Because when we ask them for favors, they do it for us gladly, but it's not going to be great merit. If we didn't ask and they happen to do it for us, then they have a better chance of being great merit. So therefore, teaching is for left-home people is don't ask. Make sense? Okay, because our purpose is not to be comfortable. Our purpose is to give others more chances to create great merits. Okay? And this is being voluntary. I want to take the opportunity to rest and take a rest. I don't know where he's going here. Anyone has any ideas where he's going? Take a rest. Holiday, on break. I think he's playing with English words, but I don't think he knows he's talking about in English. Break is good his eyes are yours, so he's working hard, a lot of suffering, the rest is a way to make him take a break. Maybe it has to do with the fact that he saw them working hard, so he came over to talk to them, to sort of give them a break. I don't know. It's not clear to me. Okay? Go there on a trip. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay. Talk history, and there's a good, we can take a break. See, maybe it has something to do with the fact they've been working hard, it's morale thing. Okay. Go over there, talk to them, kind of for rah-rah thing or whatever, and they can take a break. Okay. Whatever. So, Chinese logic, I don't get it. So this is great merit stopped. But if he came over there and they stop working, then they're not creating great merit anymore. Okay? So great merit took a break to come here to meet and talk with all of you. So he said, I also doing great merit and came here to talk to you. Okay? Words I talk about ordinary words, not wholesome words. Wholesome words are not just good words, they're also not evil words. No, good words. Where is he going? I don't get it. Wholesome words are not just good words, they're also not evil words. Okay. Why is the distinction important? Evil words are just bad words. They are not good words. Okay. I don't get it. And the bad words is ordinary words. In Chinese, we need someone to translate them. Why do you speak ordinary words? Ordinary words are just common principles everyone has, which no one can be without. Okay, you're also this ordinary mind. Okay, so he's now switching from this beating around the bush here until we get to a straight mind. To me, it's not straightforward. I don't know how he got to bring up the straight mind here. I fail to see, there's a disconnect in my mind about him going into talking about straight mind and where he was. Great merit and simple words, so forth. They seem to be disconnected to me, unrelated. Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. Maybe sometimes people, they speak good things, but the intention behind is not that good. I mean, it can sound that it's good, but the intention is not really good.
So? You want to bring up a new can of worms or what?
Maybe that's why Master YongHua said those things about the wholesome words.
Not wholesome words, wholesome. Okay, maybe. I don't know. I don't understand his logic. I fail to understand his Chinese logic here. Wei Mountain. It's not straight enough for me. That's why I don't understand where he's going.
Hello, Master. I lost the connection between the straight mind and the wholesome word, but I would like to comment on the wholesome word part, because I happened to be listening to it in Chinese when I was driving. So he was kind of playing on the word, and when I was hearing about it, it was almost like we were doing the Vajra Sutra thing, not this, not that. So the Chinese, he said, "what我说的是普通话。" Common people's language, 不是善语，不是善语 not good word, 不是善语就是不是恶语，也不是恶语。And then that's how he go about the wholesome and non-wholesome. And then in the end he said, 我说的也不是恶语，只是普通话。And then in the end he goes like 普通话 means everybody talks, it relates to everybody, relevant to everybody. 你们都是普通人, so 都跟你们有关系. That's where he was going on that portion.
Okay, yeah, maybe. But then he veered towards common principles, which I fail to see the connection as well. You use ordinary words, which are common principles that everyone has. I can speak words, I don't need to have principles. You know, can I just say hello? Is there a principle for saying hello? Is there a principle for saying goodbye? Is there a principle for me to say, you look nice? You look happy today? Huh? It's just observation. There's no principle involved. And that's why it's too wanchu to me. It's too crooked. He's going to go to crooked. You also this ordinary mind. You see, he's leading to what he wants to talk about, straight mind, ordinary mind, whatever. He wants to talk about ordinary mind, which is a straight mind. No, I don't see the connection either. You see, I'm confused tonight. And I apologize to you. I really struggle with this section. I don't know what he's talking about. Ordinary mind is also a straight mind. No. Ordinary mind is the ordinary mind. Straight mind is straight mind. It's two different things in my mind. Am I straight enough for you? Using ordinary words? I rest my case. The straight mind is a way place. It's from a sutra. The straight mind, the way place, you use straight mind, you arrive at this way place. If you use a straight mind, why do you have to arrive at a way place? It's Chinese. This is I feel so inadequate. Yes, for. I don't get what he's talking about.
Master, what is the way place here? What does it mean?
Bodhi mandala. Here is a way place. The connection is crooked. It's not obvious to me. It's Chinese logic. It's weird.
Sorry, Master, but when I first come to your temple, I have a crooked mind. So here it says you have to use a straight mind to arrive at the way place. So,
nonsense.
Oh, okay.
That's not how you teach a straight mind, okay? And if you talk like this, it's confusing. It's too confusing. This logic here is very confusing. How the heck are you going to... See, your question shows that you don't understand what the way place is and straight mind is. And that's why it causes confusion. Okay, yes, JMT.
평범한 말이라는 것은 우리들이 있는 그대로의 말을 하는 것을 이루는 것 같습니다. 일상적인 생활에서 일어나는 모든 일들을 말을 할 때 있는 그대로 더하지도 않고 빼지도 않고 있는 그대로 이야기하는 것을 평범한 말이라고 하는 것 같습니다.
So here the ordinary word means just saying the way it is. In our everyday daily lives, something happens and you don't add to it, you don't detract it, you just say just as it is.
No. Okay, that's not how the Master Mazu, who started this concept, the ordinary mind is the way. Okay, no, that's not what he meant at all. Okay, no, don't go there. Drop it. Will cause problems for you later. Way mountain.
Oh, thank you, Master. The way that I see it all connecting is that he starts off with saying that this isn't wholesome speech or virtuous speech. This is just ordinary speech. And even in the ordinary, non-special way is still the straight mind. The Bodhimanda is everywhere. I don't need to be in a special place or have a special frame of virtuous mind to have a straight mind.
Okay, nice try, but it's overcooked. There are too many inferences, too much that you read into that's not there. Okay, you weave it together, but it's cannot be woven that way. If you understand the principles behind this. Okay, nice try. Straight mind skull is the opposite of crooked mind. Okay, crooked mind, twisted. Okay, want to borrow $10, buy a piece of clothing, but instead of speaking it directly, he says, he makes excuses. All right, is that where we are right now? Yes, 7.
Thưa Thầy, what's the difference between ordinary mind and straight mind? I understand the straight mind, but I don't know when he say ordinary, what does it mean? Is it still straight mind too?
No. The ordinary mind is not a straight mind. Absolutely not. Not the way that the great patriarch Ma Zu taught it. No way.
So what
he's trying to get to straight mind. But the way the path he took to me personally is confusing. That's why I'm asking for your help. I don't get it. It's just too crooked to me. Yes, Wei Mao. He's beating around the bush.
Emitofuo, Master. Actually, after listening to Alex said about it, I kind of agree. And actually, when you listen to it in Chinese, which I was doing that, the way he was going about it's kind of like what you do to us, Master. Like you're trying to get us into samadhi by talking. And then he was with these people who probably are not very high. So he came and lowered himself and tried to connect, set it up so that it's very casual, fairly easy, just ordinary thing you can get to the way. I think that's what he's doing.
Oh, you're thinking too much.
Thank you.
You think you know what I'm doing to you. Think again. Okay? That's a friendly reminder. Where do you wish to go? The mind is straight mind. Straight mind. Okay, so he gave the example crooked mind where he just beats around the bush. I like the expression. I didn't know the expression. 转弯抹角. Okay, what does it mean in Chinese? 转 is turning. 弯 is okay, bent. 抹角. What does 抹角 mean? What does it mean? I want to know because when he uses this, because I wanted to understand his reference. Eight.
角 is the corner. So 抹角
Yes.
means just you go around the corner.
What's mo?
Mo is like a touching or cutting. It's like just maybe you just means you make the corner like this. 抹角. This just means that you do zigzag, you go around like the corners and then.
What it has to do with the corner? Why can't I do zigzag? Like.
角 is more like the square corner, like a corner of a table. So when you go along the corner like that. You follow the corner. I think that's what it means.
Chinese logic again? Why do you need a corner to be 1, 2? You just
that's
go.
the path you take. You take a.
Oh, that's a corner right there? You turn, you go round and round and turn the corners? That's it?
Yeah. Because 1 is also.
Oh, go. So every time you turn direction, that's turning a corner. I see. Okay. Thank you. How interesting. Chinese logic. Okay. So the Chinese, for them, is like you turn around, but they associate with the corner. For us, it's zigzag, like the paper.
You're right. We don't have zigzag concept in Chinese.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you have zigzag
we
paper.
don't do like it's different. This yeah, I think it's a Chinese thing.
Okay. She's innocent. That's not ruin her innocence. Bad girl. You're so bad. Okay, and so I see now. So Chinese logic. So to them crooked. They describe the corner crooked. For us in our culture, we just zigzag. Okay. Yeah. All right. We don't look at corner, but look at the big picture. For them, it's like, how interesting. The seek donations from you. Oh, that's what monks do. This is not a way place. Okay. What we're talking about the mind. The mind is straight mind. This is talking about a straight mind. With a straight mind, you reach a place you wish to go. Okay, if you use a crooked mind, you can also reach a place where you don't want to go. That's an interesting way of explaining a straight mind. Why you want to have a straight mind, because it brings you to a place you want to go. And if you don't use a straight mind, okay, and then it will not bring you to a place you don't want to go. You believe that? I think it's so clever. Maybe. You say maybe, so you don't necessarily agree? Huh?
I think it can happen, but it doesn't have to be happen all the time.
I see. You see, I can't connect with this Chinese logic. It sounds reasonable on the surface. It says you reach a place you wish to go, but then again, the question that Jumi raised and created hell and chaos for us tonight, okay, is that with a straight mind, you cannot reach a place you wish to go. To me, that's what she's talking about. Her theme is that, you see? And now, I respect his desire to say, straight mind, you want to get to go. It's kind of naive. Because Jumi just proved to us that it doesn't work. And the Vietnamese lady in Go Forest also said, it doesn't always work. Sometimes it works. So sometimes you can get to a good place, and sometimes you don't. So again, I fail to understand the logic here. His logic, way mountain. Sounds good though.
Martha, I was just thinking about that when you were reading. You say, the stream might get you where you want to go. Well, that makes sense if the place we want to go is, enlightenment. We're going to the way place. And then the other thought just came to me right away. And I was thinking, the opposite direction. When you're not using the stream mind, it gets you where you want to go in the worldly world, like the workplaces Jumi talking about, and all these high-end places in the world you have to deal with, like the president and all those things. It gets you where you want to go. On a worldly matter, you have to have a crooked mind. Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes I use GPS and it zigzags. It goes crooked. It's never straight. Okay, so again, it's Chinese logic. I don't know where he's coming from. Where do you wish to go? Where you not wish to go? But I appreciate the setup. That straight mind, good place. Not straight mind, bad place. A little bit naive, but maybe for those his disciples or his. But I know you don't buy it. I look at you, crooked faces and crooked minds. You're gonna, if I talk like this, you walk out of here and say, Master's lost it tonight. He lost his marbles or something. Okay, pleasure is a happy place of happiness. Pleasure don't wish to be a place of suffering. Sometimes I want to suffer, okay? I don't always want to be happy all the time. So this to me is childish reasoning, okay? But it might work for some people. Wei Mountain.
Master, I don't know about this phrase. I think when I remember Master explained that straight mind is that when we can get to where we want the fastest way. But about the crooked mind, I think we can still get there, but a little bit longer. So I don't know how like crooked mind to go into the one that we don't want, but then it's still, I think it's like taking a longer time to get there. That's all I know.
Yeah. I'm trying to decipher his Chinese logic, and I'm really struggling tonight. Usually I can talk, take one word, one sentence, and go for an hour. But tonight, I struggle. Every single twist and turn, every corner he takes, I struggle. Where are you going again? Whereas typically, his Chan talks, I like him because I understand where he's going. But this one is very crooked to me. Okay? Because of that, because his crooked mind, it made me suffer, is my conclusion. According to slide 43. The karma you're creating right now will dictate where you're going to go next. Okay, not just in the future life, but this life as well. Okay, so okay. Let's go back to the original question. Now that I have a chance to vent my frustration, I feel better. Thank you for listening. Okay, the original question is that we want to have a straight mind, but what if we don't respect the person? And how do you deal with that? Okay. The discussion made it very clear already. All I'm doing now is to summarize it for you. Okay? When we talk about straight mind, it's about cultivation time. When you cultivate, you want to have a straight mind. But when you live with others, it's not always possible to have a straight mind. And you could call it skill, you could call it experience, you could call it wisdom. Okay, wisdom, it's possible. With wisdom, you don't need to be straight. Okay? So it's not necessarily the way that, at least not, the way that that Master Shua discussed back then with those people. With you, it's not going to work for you. Okay? And so straight mind again is while cultivating, whether it's a temple or whether it's your personal time, you want to be straightforward. What is straightforward? Straightforward here refers to, very critical, that when you cultivate, when you meditate in particular in a Chan Chi, okay, you refrain from making excuses. Because. To yourself, in particular. That's a straight mind we're talking about. You can fool me all you want. Doesn't do anything for me. Okay? But you're only hurting yourself. You're only fooling yourself. And that's the most damaging. I'm an idiot. Okay, it's very easy to fool me. Okay, and there's no merit in doing that because there's no point in fooling an idiot. Okay, but the worst part is that when you make excuses, when you manipulate, here's what happens first. In order for you to be able to manipulate me, an idiot like me, you need to first be able to manipulate yourself. Because if you don't believe in it, you cannot manipulate me. So the better you are manipulating me, okay, the more crooked your mind must be because you need to fool yourself. So you find out you can manipulate me because your mind is still not crooked enough. Try again. I'm helping you. That's cultivation, folks. We're not condemning anyone. We're not judging you, okay? You're free to be yourself. But the reminder is every time that you do not use a straight mind in cultivation, in a way place, you're only hurting yourself. Girls, it's not about others. They like you today, they will dislike you next month. Not next month, it's going to be next year, guaranteed. So don't worry about it, okay? Like and dislike, they change with the wind. That's life. Deal with it. Don't ask to be liked all the time. Don't try to be disliked all the time. Okay? Some sort of compromise or a certain percentage is good. Okay? That's life. Okay? So you call it protocol, call it customs, tradition, culture, whatever. Okay? Because that's accepted. Those are the norms of society. You live in society. You need to conform to the norms of society. You go to Japan, you say, hi, hi, hi. Okay? You go to Korea, you say, ne, ne, ne. Okay? So you accord with customs. And that's just common sense. Okay? So I repeat, the straight mind, okay, is stop making excuses. If you're a little bit smarter, you stop trying to manipulate others, because in Vietnamese is saying, your fox tail is wagging behind you when you're manipulating. Is that such an impression? You didn't know that? You're from a different area of the country, clearly. Hey, go forest people. Is there such an impression? Yeah. The actual expression is đuôi chùa, the tail of a rat, where I embellish it by elevating the rat to a fox. Yeah? Loài đuôi chùa. You reveal the tail, your rat tail, because you are a rat. Vietnamese is very judgmental. Wei Mao.
Master, foxtail wagging, that's Chinese. 狐狸尾巴露出嚟喐喐喐. That's Chinese, Cantonese, master. We do say that a lot.
I'm aspired to be Chinese. What can I say? I'm never happy with myself. Okay? But no, I understand. Many of us have been conditioned by society in that we're smarter than people around us, and therefore I used to be very manipulative, by the way. Never straight. I manipulate people. But I was so stupid because they knew it. You fool them once, second time, forget it. Okay? But this is how I admit to you, before I encountered the Buddha Dharma, that's how I behaved. And that's normal to us. Okay? And it's rather stupid because you can manipulate a few times, stupid people a few times, but they catch on. And once you lose your credibility, then they don't believe you anymore. They don't trust you anymore. Okay? But anyway, be it as it may, the point being that when and this is how you choose to live your life, nothing wrong with that. When you come to a temple and you manipulate others at the temple by force of habit, okay, or you don't have a straight mind, and again, manipulative people, they keep on doing it because they think they can outsmart others. And it's very damaging. These smart people are only hurting themselves. They should start practicing the straight mind. Because you know what? As I said, when you manipulate people who cultivate, they see you before you can manipulate them. But they don't say anything. You're only hurting yourself. And you're hurting yourself in what sense? Because every now and then they let you know that your manipulation doesn't work. So you have to come back and try harder to manipulate. And therefore you dig yourself a deeper hole. That's all you're doing. There's one thing I like to relate to you. I was a very manipulative person, and I think I no longer am, if you can believe that. You don't. You're right. But one thing is funny, because that's how I lived my life. When I met Master YongHua, okay, funny thing happened. I never tried to manipulate him. Ever. And that helped. Trust me. There's one person in the world that I've met for the first time, and I said, I am trying to manipulate you. I'm not going to make excuses to get what I want. It's so interesting. That tells me, to me, is that because he's so virtuous as a man, that you look at him and say, oh, no, you don't touch this person. You don't soil this person. No matter how dirty you are, you're going to soil this person. It's so cool, let me tell you. So the first time in my life, I saw someone where I said, no. Isn't that cool? That's my relationship with him. I bitch and whine, but I would never try to manipulate him. Never. Which is very, very unusual for a deeply manipulative person like I was. So interesting, okay? So anyway, and so talk about straight mind. Straight mind is that at the way place, you need to be straight mind, have a straight mind. At the risk of alienating everyone, that's perfectly okay. By all means, do not be crooked. Do not make excuses. Do not manipulate. You're hurting yourself only. Okay? Because the worst thing for you is that they won't touch you. In this environment here, one of the greatest benefit for you is someone bounces right back at you. They're not crooked with you. But if you are crooked with them, they're not going to do it for you. So you miss out on that chance. And that's a lot more damaging than you realize. And finally, let me remind you, you're not as smart as you think. Be more humble. There are many brighter people than you at the temple, I assure you. You can't even see how bright they are. And again, you manipulate people, you're crooked because you think you can outsmart others. You can outsmart mediocre people, but not people of this temple, I assure you. Okay? And what about lack of respect? You don't respect someone, that has nothing to do with cultivation. Okay? The questioners refer to outside of the temple, then you do whatever you feel is necessary. Okay? As protocol calls for. But what about at the temple? What if you don't respect someone at the temple? The question is about outside of the temple, yeah? But let me ask you, what about inside of the temple? Answer is, you can be straight. Inside a temple, you can be straight and be prepared to pay the price. It might hurt a bit. Okay? Thank you, everyone. We stop here tonight.